Hello students, welcome to the video class for the subject Power Electronics and PLC. This subject is for 5th semester Electrical and Electronics Diploma Engineering students. So today we will start from module 2. So the topic is here the rectifier. This is under the module 2. Okay, so today's topic is phase controlled rectifier, or you can say it as a converter. Converter is a electronic device which can convert, or which is used to convert AC to DC supply. Okay, the mainly rectifier can be classified as single phase rectifier and three phase rectifier. Single phase rectifier are classified as single phase half wave and single phase full wave rectifier. Okay, then again three phase rectifier are classified as three phase half wave rectifier and three phase full wave rectifier. So, single phase full wave rectifier are again classified as single phase midpoint type and single phase bridge type rectifier. Then single phase bridge type rectifier are classified as single phase half controlled and single phase full controlled rectifier. Similarly, three phase full wave rectifier are classified as three phase midpoint type and three phase bridge type rectifier. Then three phase bridge type rectifier are again divided as three phase half control rectifier and three phase full control rectifier. So let's start from single phase. Let's start from single phase half wave control rectifier with R load. R load means resistive load. So for this type of rectifier, first of all we will come to the circuit diagram part. Okay, see here the circuit diagram part. What you see? Okay, see the circuit diagram part. This is the supply part. Okay, this is the supply part. In supply we give AC supply. Here Vs is the supply, and here we are using one transformer. Which transformer, what it do? Transformer can step up and step down the voltage. Okay, so then this is connected to a semiconductor device. Here the semiconductor device is the thyristor. T1 thyristor is connected. Voltage across the thyristor is VT1, and then load is connected. Here the load is resistive load. So voltage across. So here resistive load is connected across the thyristor device, and voltage across the transformer, that is also supply voltage for the thyristor T1, that is Vp equal to Vm sin omega t. Okay, so this is the waveform for we will discuss just after some time. Okay, so see, when see here the supply voltage is SC. That means the supply voltage is like this. Okay, so when positive half cycle is applied across the source, across these 2 points, then thyristor behaves as a forward bias device, and thyristor is in on state. So it can connect supply voltage to the load. Now we get the load voltage V0 across the resistive load. So when supply is in positive half cycle, this is the positive half cycle. That means this is plus and this is minus. Okay, so when positive half cycle is applied, then Vs, this is the Vs waveform, supply waveform. This is Vs axis, y axis is Vs axis, x axis is the omega t axis. Here this is the supply waveform. This peak point is represented as Vm. Okay, so when we give when the supply is at positive half cycle, then thyristor is in forward bias state. Okay, that means it is in forward. Now initially it is in forward blocking state. So when thyristor is triggered at an angle alpha, this is alpha angle. Okay, when thyristor is triggered at, this is the alpha angle, triggered at alpha angle. Now thyristor shifted from forward blocking state to forward conduction state. That means one thyristor is triggered, thyristor is turned on. Now once the thyristor is turned on, now current can flow from supply to the load through this T1. So once current flow through the resistive load, then V0 appears across the resistive load. That's why this is the V0 waveform. The waveform from the angle alpha, the device triggered. That means from this point we will get the output waveform. This is the output waveform, and here also this point is the peak level, which is represented by Vm. Okay, so as resistive load is connected here, we all know that in case of resistive load, current is in same phase with the voltage. So this is the voltage waveform. That means the output current waveform is also this is the output current waveform. Okay, output current is similar, that is it is in same phase with the output voltage waveform. So this is the output voltage waveform, this is output current waveform. Clear up to this much point? So this waveform is the voltage across the thyristor, that is Vt1. So how you get this waveform? See, whenever thyristor is turned on, in ideal case voltage across this device is 0. That's why when the device is turned on, that is from alpha to pi. Here see, it is 0, it is pi, it is 2 pi. So from alpha to pi thyristor is turned on. That's why from this point, this is alpha and this is alpha point, this is pi point. From this alpha to pi, here voltage across the thyristor is 0, and remaining part of this total complete cycle has having blocking voltage across the thyristor. That's why voltage across thyristor T1 from 0, this is the 0 point, from 0 to alpha, it follows the supply waveform. So here supply waveform is like this, that's why here the supply waveform is like this. And similarly from pi to 2 pi, here the supply waveform is like this. So here also supply waveform, here also voltage across thyristor is like this. Clearly understood the total waveforms in the single phase half wave controlled rectifier. Okay, now next. Okay, so these are all the description. B0 is the voltage across, B0 is the voltage across the resistive load. So I0 you can find out as V0 divided by R. Okay, this is the equation for I0. V0 represent here average output voltage and I0 is the average output current. Okay, and here the ripple frequency of the output voltage is 50 Hz. Okay, so the next is the average output voltage equation. See, average output voltage formula is V0 average is equal to 1 by T integration 0 to T B0 omega T d omega T. This T represent here is 2 pi. This is the, you can See, this is your supply. So T is from, this is the 0 point and this is the 2 pi. Okay. So in one cycle you have one positive half cycle and you have another negative half cycle. Okay. So here T is 0 to 2 pi. So we are applying T equal to pi 2 pi, and here V0 omega T is V0 omega T is the Vm sin omega T, because from alpha to pi V0 omega T is Vm sin omega T, and for the rest of the period V0 omega T is equal to 0. That's why the average voltage equation is like this. See here, V0 average is equal to, in place of T we will put 2 pi 1 by 2 pi integration 0 to 2 pi Vm sin omega T d omega T. Okay. So this expression, if we integrate this expression, our final expression will be like this, Vm by 2 pi into 1 plus cos alpha. So this is your V0 average final expression. V0 average final expression. Okay. And the power average equation is V0 average square divided by R. Clear? Then the next part is the power and voltage can be controlled by firing angle. So what do you mean by firing angle? What do you mean by firing angle? See here, the firing angle may also defined as, firing angle may be defined as the angle between the instant thyristor would conduct, okay, if it were a diode and the instant it is triggered. Okay, firing angle is the defined as the angle between the instant thyristor would conduct if it were a diode and the instant it is triggered. See, if we take it as a thyristor, thyristor as a diode, then it will conduct from the initial point, that is from 0 point. That's why if we take it as a diode, it will conduct from the 0 point initial point, and if it is a thyristor, it will conduct at after some triggering angle. Okay, so the point it is conduct as a diode and the point it is triggered, the difference between these 2 points is the firing angle. Okay, clearly understood about the firing angle, and some more definitions are also there. We will go to that one by one in the later part. Okay, thank you.